welcome to today's mobility session. Today we are going to be playing with 5 little exercises to help mobilize in your pelvic area. So to start, we're going to come down onto the mat, and I'm going to place my hands down and bring my right foot forward. So my right foot's forward. I'm in a bit of a 90-90 position with my legs. Hands are framing my front foot. And my toes are going to stay down and long. And then I'm inhaling to lunge forward. Exhale, push the mat forward as I shift my pelvis back. Inhale forward, exhale back. So here, I'm getting a lovely opportunity to open one hip and then stretch the hamstring on the other side. Thinking not stretching, but actively lengthening and tensioning the muscle and the fascia to create more space and length. So we are going to be more interested on the backward motion here. Thinking about a spring, we're kind of stretching the spring and then recoiling. Tensioning, recoiling. One more time to shift our pelvis back. Shift your foot forward and flex your ankle joint. So here, probably feeling a nice pull on the hamstring. Crease in your ankle joint as we rotate our thigh bone side to side. Breathing here, not moving from the foot, but from the thigh bone in the hip. That's it. Good work. Feeling that pull into the back line of your body, and then anchoring your foot down. Shift your foot back a little bit and go forward and back a couple more times. That's it. So just kind of bringing a sense of buoyancy and spring elasticity to our tissues. And then bringing that leg back under us, and we'll try the other side. So bringing our left leg forward, hands framing the front foot, going forward and back. So might feel different from side to side. And challenging yourself to keep the ball of the foot down is going to challenge you to find a nice doming in the arch of the foot. We're feeling like we're lifting our sitting bones up behind us to create more tensioning in our hamstring. Down and back. Bounce, recoil. Bounce, recoil. That's it. One more time to recoil back. Shift your foot forward and flex your ankle joint. Again, flexing the ankle, not just the toes. And then rotating your thigh bone side to side. So feeling that femur all the way up into your hip and lower spine, perhaps. That's it. Good. And then anchoring the ball of the foot. Shift your foot back a little bit and go forward and back a couple more times. Good. And then we will shift that leg back under us and sit back towards our heels. So we just did a little bit of flexion and extension in our hips. Now we're going to play with a little bit of forward back mobility. So here, I'm going to practice tilting my pelvis towards me and then unfurling it away. Trying not to make it a rib cage moment, rather a pelvic mobility. I'm pressing down into my shins and ankles. And on my next one, I'm going to curl my pelvis, squish down into my shins, and rise up onto my knees. And then I'm going to crease in my hips and sit back. Curl my pelvis, press into my shins to rise up, crease in my hips to go back. Curl pelvis, squish into shins, up, crease to come back. One more time. Roll back, press to come up. Very good. I'm going to turn to face you. We're going to step our right leg forward. So here we're going to go into a little bit of a forward lunge, working our way out to the side, working on a little bit of adaptability. We want our tissues to be able to adapt to whatever life is throwing their way. Also, I forgot to mention, if your knees are a bit sensitive, you can put a little pillow under your knees. So I'm just lunging and then coming back up. It's like I'm doing a controlled fall, push to come up. On your next one, when you're not in the deep lunge, you're going to lift the ball of the foot, turn the thigh bone out, lower the foot. I'll shift back a little bit so you can see my foot better. And then I'm going into my lunge again, 2 or 3 times. Keeping connected through my front. And then I come back up, I lift my heel. Now I turn my leg out a bit. Lunge here. You don't see a lot of people doing this internal rotation, but it's really valuable for the health of our hips. When I'm not in the lunge, lift my heel, pivot my leg. Pulse. Pulse. You might find a little curl of your tail. One more time. Lift your heel, turn it out. Turn the heel out, turn the leg in. That's it. One more time. Lift your heel. Working to where we feel like we're in a nice alignment. We're able to track our knee over our second and third toe-ish. Good. And then we're going to pulse twice. 1, 2. Come out of it, lift your heel, turn your leg all the way in. So you're feeling that wrapping, opening in the back of the pelvis. Lift your knee, turn it out. Pulse. Pulse. Lift your heel, turn your leg in. Feel the wrapping of your front hip bones towards each other. Lift your knee. Pulse. Pulse. Lift and turn. Last time to start to come back to center. So we're pulsing. Then we're going to lift our heel, turn our leg in. Pulse. Pulse. Lift our heel. Pulse. Pulse. That's it. Working our way back to center. And then bringing our leg underneath us. Sitting back again to find a little bit of symmetry before we do the other side. So sitting back, curl your pelvis, rising onto knees. Sit back. Try not to pop the ribs. Curl up. Sit and curl. Good work. One more time. Up on my knees. I'm bringing my left leg in front now, doing my controlled fall. Good. Breathing as you go. And then adding the lift of the heel, turn the leg out. Pulse here. That's it. And then turning your heel out, your knee in. So noticing the difference between your 2 legs. It might feel very different. Good. Building adaptability. We want our bodies to be diverse in their movement patterns so we can take on whatever's thrown our way. If we slip, pulse 2 times. 1, 2, lift your heel, bend your knee, or turn your leg in. And again, if we slip, if we fall, if we have to lift something super heavy, if we get in an awkward position, we're able to be functional and not injure ourselves. Pulse, pulse, lift the heel, turn it in. One more time. 1, 2, and down. And then working our way back out of the lunge, turn your leg in. Pulse, pulse. Lift your heel out of the lunge, turn it out. Pulse, pulse. Very good. Play with your breath. What gives you your core connection you're needing? There we go, working back to center. And then bringing that leg under you. Just place your hands on the mat, knees under your hips. And then going into extension, inhaling and flexion. Inhale, extend. Exhale, curling round. 2 more. Last one. Good. Shifting your knees back a little bit. We're going to shift our pelvis back towards our heels and then start to curl our tail as we roll forward And then extending the hips as we lift our heart up, and then reach back with our hips to sit back. Doing a small wave. One more time. Extending and flexing back. Taking a little moment in your child's pose. And then starting to roll your pelvis on top of your thigh bones like we did before to come upright. Thank you so much for joining me for a little fascial movement snack. Hopefully feeling a bit more mobilized and energized and just aware of your pelvis. Thank you for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you again next time.